My name is Laura Powell, and I am the Junior Select Board member in Woodstock. And I'm here to talk about our upcoming town meeting days in March. We have 2 town meeting days. One is Saturday, March 1st at 10 a.m., where we vote on the floor for things like the budget. And then we vote by Australian Ballot on Tuesday, March 4th. Town Hall is open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., where we vote on elected officers and special or petitioned articles, we like to say. Those are articles that have been brought forward by the public by petition that are included on our ballot. And today I'm going to talk about some of the things that are on the ballot for town meeting day. So if you look at our town warning, which is 8 pages long, you'll recognize some familiar articles. Passing the budget, which is the first article, the sewer budget, the newly created budget, or the budget for the newly created water department. We have 2 articles, one article to fund the department for when we close on the water company at the end of March through the rest of the fiscal year, and then another article to fund the department for the next fiscal year. Some other things that you'll notice on the ballot are Articles 9 and 10, which I'm excited to talk about. So for those of you that were here last year, you know we created a local options tax, a new local options tax of 1% that we earmarked for infrastructure. And this year we are creating a separate fund for that revenue to be deposited into. So right now it gets deposited into the general fund. We're trying to create a new fund so that that revenue can just be diverted there. So those are Articles 9 and 10. We're also creating a discretionary reserved fund, and this is going to be funded by the undesignated fund balance that we have. Some of you might recall that we used some of the undesignated fund balance to purchase the water company. And what we're trying to do is set aside some money from that fund to go into a discretionary account so that the select board can spend it without having to warn a special meeting. So for example, if we wanted to buy a new town vehicle and we didn't have the money in the budget and we wanted to use the undesignated fund balance, right now we would have to do what we did with the water company, which is warn a special meeting, have a special vote, and this allows us to kind of use a different mechanism to spend that money. So it won't be the entire undesignated fund balance. The rule of thumb, which comes from our auditors, is that we'll take 15% of whatever our current fiscal year budget is. This year it's, I think, roughly $8.3 million. And anything that's above that 15%, we have the authority to deposit that into the fund. Some other I think exciting articles we have on the ballot. One is Article 13, which if you were here 2 years ago, you remember we tried to eliminate the elected position of lister in favor of a paid and appointed assessor. Right now we have 3 elected positions for town listers. These are the people that are responsible for appraising and evaluating property values. It's a very important job. But right now the only requirement for this position is that you live in Woodstock. And so in an effort to, I think, meet the needs of our community, as some of you know, we have a town-wide reassessment coming up. And we have, I think, hopefully a lot of changes coming to the way that we fund education in the state and how that relates to property taxes. It's really important that we can professionalize this role as much as possible. And so by eliminating the lister's position and in favor of a paid assessor, this position will have qualifications and requirements that they have to meet. We're very lucky in Woodstock that we have very competent, capable listers who are going to be encouraged to apply for those positions. But we also need to think to the future and kind of legacy planning once these individuals retire and what's going to happen to that elected position. This is something that's happened in a lot of Vermont communities and something that we've heard from the legislature that they might be considering passing regulations around. So this is a very proactive measure on our part. We're also putting forward an article to eliminate the position of elected auditor in favor of an auditing firm or a public accountant. And this is kind of along the same lines. The village actually has already done this, as well as other communities. I don't expect there to be that much controversy around this one. We haven't actually had anybody fill this position in a while. And then Article 15, which is the last one, is around whether or not the town has permission to not mail the town report to everybody. So before a town meeting, we prepare a town report. It usually includes an auditor's report, as well as kind of department highlights. The select board chair writes a letter, the town manager writes a letter, other people provide letters, the school district includes their budget as well. It's a very informative document. And instead of having to mail it to everybody, we're asking folks if we can just make it available as we do now. So you can pick up a hard copy, but we're also putting it online so that you can access it online. And this is just to increase efficiency and also save a lot of money when it comes to mailing a document that a lot of people throw out. And that is what we're going to be voting on Saturday, and any other business that the public wants to bring forward in front of the community and the select board. So I encourage everybody to come on Saturday, March 1st at 10 a.m. It's a really fun way to participate in our democracy. And we'll have explanations for each of these articles and what they mean while we vote on them. Like I said, the second part of town meeting day is another day. It's Tuesday, the first Tuesday of March, March 4th. And that is when we vote via Australian Ballot. Australian Ballot is just another way of saying paper ballot or secret ballot. The Australians, I guess, coined the secret ballot, so that's what we call it. Like with all elections, town hall will be open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., so registered voters can pick up their ballots there. Charlie in the clerk's office will also make absentee ballots available in the weeks before town meeting day if you know you're going to be out of town. Vermont is also lucky in that we have same-day voter registration. So if you're not registered, you can go to the clerk's office on Tuesday with your proof of residency and register to vote. On Tuesday, March 4th, folks will be electing town officers, so that includes the select board, 2 select board seats, including the one I'm running for, which is the 3-year term, as well as the town moderator. The moderator is the person that moderates town meeting day, so hopefully if you come on Saturday, you'll see that person in action. Hilariously, the listers, which we're hoping to eliminate on Saturday, as well as cemetery commissioner, trustee of the public funds, and constable. Those are kind of the ones of note. The rest of the articles on the ballot are all special articles, or petitioned articles, we like to say. Again, these are articles that have received a statutorily required number of signatures to appear on the ballot. So these have been petitioned by the public. In Woodstock, these are articles 17 through 32, so there's quite a few. And they're mostly fundraising articles, so there's lots of organizations in Woodstock that are asking the voters for additional funding for their causes. And like I said, there's quite a few of them. The thing that I would like voters to know when they go to vote on Tuesday is that these funds that are listed on the special articles are not already included in the budget, so they're not being appropriated from our budget. They need to be raised in addition to the budget. So for every article you see and vote yes, that is the amount the town need to raise property taxes by in order to disperse that amount to these organizations. A lot of these organizations are very important to Woodstock. Some are based in Woodstock, some are based in the broader Upper Valley and provide important social services. I would just ask folks to be very discerning when they go to vote, because this totals about $230,000 of additional funding and tax burden that we will have to raise through property taxes. So if you can look at the town warning ahead of time, which is available on the town website, and kind of look ahead and see which organizations you feel are worthy of community support, I think that's a really important kind of homework step before you show up on Tuesday. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you all on Saturday, March 1st, the town meeting day, and hopefully at the polls on Tuesday, March 4th, and we're looking forward to doing more of these updates for you going forward.